Well, Zjantelle, thank you so much for your time tonight. Before we do sign off, though, I know we were talking about it earlier about the importance of checking your I-94.
Yes, I know I'm like a broken record on this topic. Check your I-94, check your I-94, check your I-94. And today I was on the phone with a client for this exact reason. And it's also another reason why I think right now is a really important time to be using an immigration lawyer too. I think typically in the past there were a lot of things that were easy to file, but now is a time that you just can't let details slip because the consequences can be great. So I wanted to share the story of a client that I did a consult with today. She contacted us because in March, she lost her job due to COVID. And she knew that she could extend her stay in the United States. We've done a lot of webinars on this, that, if you're not going to get rehired and if you're not going to leave within 60 days, that you could file a change of status to B2. And that was a way of buying 6 months to be able to remain in the United States as a tourist. So she filed that on an online I-539, change of status to B2, and she did that on her own. And then yesterday, she received a denial notice of that 539. So she got it 5 months after filing this denial notice. And the denial said, we're denying you because your I-94 showed that you were in visa waiver status. And you can't change status from visa waiver status. So she had no clue she was in visa waiver status because she had an E3 in her passport. She was working for her employer. So not only was she unlawfully working for her employer in visa waiver status because she thought that she'd been entered in E3, but she now was denied this change of status to B2 because you can't change status from visa waiver. Whereas if she would have caught that, there is a way to get your I-94 corrected. And this is why people really need to check their I-94 after every international travel, because you can get it corrected. There is a way to get it corrected by contacting the Deferred Inspections Unit. So if she would have caught that at the time, she would have got it corrected to E3, filed her I-539 change of status, and instead of getting a denial, she could have got that approved and remained here until September, whereas now she's got to leave the country immediately. She has no option. Now she has no status here, so she can't file to change status to E3 now from within the US. She has a job offer, and her only option now is to leave and then try and deal with getting her E3 from outside the US. So yeah, the consequences are great. So just another story of how an I-94 can really affect your immigration status. And the key to this story is that, here, she didn't find out until 5 months later, right? So US immigration didn't look at it fast enough to, she was still in her 60 days, she could have refiled, but she wasn't. So, just that small thing of not noticing her I-94 has had really severe consequences.
Well, we're going to give everyone some homework, and in the comments below, if people scroll down, there's actually a link that you can click on, put in your personal information, and you can actually see the status of your I-94. So we'll challenge everyone watching this to actually make sure that their I-94 is in status.
Yeah, after every trip, James, after every international trip, because you think that you've been entered. What we've seen a lot as well is E3s entered in E3D status, E3Ds entered in E3 status. As we've been doing the consults during this time, we've seen so many wrong I-94s. It's really, really common. Don't assume that they're getting it right. And then it's not their problem if they got it wrong. It's your problem if they got it wrong. So you need to catch it and fix it before it becomes your problem.
Zjantelle, again, thank you for your time tonight. This has been great. I'm sure a lot of people who have been watching have learned a lot. Again, thank you for your time. I know you're incredibly busy.
Thank you, James. I hope I can come back with updates really soon on more consulates open and more options for people. That would be awesome. So that's what I'm aiming for.
Well, it seems to be moving in the right direction, albeit slowly. So again, next time we speak, hopefully we'll have some better news than today.